Okay, in this video clip, we will go through the next four form control. Now, let's start with this checkbox. Now, in our previous video clip, we mentioned that a radio button, once the user select a choice, he cannot deselect. So, in the event where you want you want to allow the user to deselect, then you have to make use of a checkbox. Okay, so for example, in a situation where uh, you require the user to tick that he accept the term and condition, so he can tick and then he can select as he accept, or he can deselect as not accepting it. So this will be a very good use of this checkbox, but with only single option, so that he can select or deselect. Okay. Okay, we all know that checkbox allows the user to make a few choices. That means he can like iTunes, he can choose Spotify, and then he can make or he can choose none of them. Okay, he can choose none of them. So actually, a checkbox allow the user to select one, or select none, or select many. Okay. Now, without this check equal to check, what this means is that by default, none of this will be selected. Okay. Now, if you were to put check equal to check for the first choice of iTunes, for example, then iTunes will be selected as default. Okay, the next form control is this drop down list box. Okay, for this drop down list box, the user can only select one option at a time, or he can only submit one option. Okay, uh, so let's say we have it in this case, there are three options: iPod, radio, and computer. Then the drop down list box will shows three of them. Okay, then the user can select iPod, radio, or computer. Only one at a time. Okay, but if his choice is none of the these three options, then he can just leave it as please select. So actually, he's actually submitting a empty string. So there is a no selection. Okay. Now, if the user want to see all the options at one glance, then this drop down list box may not be a good choice. Okay, radio button will be better because the user can see all the options available to him. But then, if let's say there is a very long list, for example, a list of country, if you were to use the radio button, then again it will be the web page will have one whole list of button for the user to make one choice. Then in that case, we still have to resort to this drop down list box.
Okay, next we have the submit button. Um, the button tag you can see over here, there's an open and a close tag. Now, by default, the type for this button will be a submit button, so you don't have to specify the type. And the another type that you can use will be the reset button. Okay, and I'm going to put the count me in for the submit button and the reset button. Now over in the browser, you will see that you have this text box that allows you to add in your email address. And then if you decide to submit, you just click on count me in. But if you want to reset, it will clear off the text box. Okay, let's try again and put in the name and then count me in. So once you click on this count me in, it will be sent, the data will be sent to our server at 127.0.0.1. Okay, so this is what we have as a submit button. Okay, next you can also use an image to be a button for you to click to submit whatever is in the text box itself. Now, so we define the input type as an image. Look at the source of the image. We put it inside the static folder, and then the picture file is called submit.jpg. We set the width and the height for this image, and then there is this alternative text in case the image does not display. It will display a text indicating that this is a submit form. Okay, over here at the browser itself, you have a text box for you to enter the email, and then when you click on the submit, the information will be sent to the backend server. Now, let's say if I were to delete away the image file from the static folder. Okay, so there's no more image file in the static folder and is not found. Now let me refresh. Then you realize that there is a alternative text that shows submit form. So in the case where the image failed to load, at least it can be used, right? Simply by clicking on this portion, and it will still submit the info to the backend server.